Title: Wife of 35 years, plus best friend of 40 years, plus financial advisor equals all working together to steal my $585,000 retirement. They joked I was too old and stupid to notice. They were planning to move everything offshore in 72 hours. Start: I didn't tremble when I made the call. People think justice comes with shaking hands and ragged breath. Not for me. Not after 3 months of listening to the 3 people I trusted most plan to gut my life clean open. They said I was too old and stupid to notice. Funny, I noticed everything. The morning I dialed the FBI, the house felt colder than usual. Quiet, staged, like a crime scene waiting for the chalk lines. My wife was in the kitchen humming, the same way she hummed when lying came easy to her. And I remember thinking, you have no idea what's coming. Because I wasn't calling to ask for help. I was calling to deliver 3 names. My wife of 35 years, my best friend of 40, and the financial advisor who smiled too much at barbecues and waited until my back was turned to breathe. These were the people who built my life with me, or so I thought. I trusted my wife with every vulnerable part of me. I trusted my best friend with secrets no one else knew. And I trusted the advisor because he'd been around long enough to feel like family. I never imagined they'd find each other in the shadows, linking hands, comparing stories, calculating how much they could carve out of my retirement before I noticed the bleeding. I found out by accident. That's what still haunts me. My wife left her laptop open. Not recklessly. No, she's smarter than that. She just got too comfortable. A text flashed on the screen. My best friend's name. A preview line that said, "He won't know. He never has." That alone wasn't enough. But the universe likes its justice poetic. 2 days later, a statement was mailed to the house. Wrong address label, wrong format. Sloppy work from the advisor's office. It showed a transfer authorization I didn't recognize, offshore routing numbers, and my signature forged, but poorly. They didn't even try to mimic the tremor in my right hand. The pain came first, then the clarity, then the cold. I didn't confront them, I didn't shout, I didn't cry. I watched, and I learned. For 3 months, I lived like a ghost inside my own life. I backed up every file, photographed every document, recorded every whispered conversation they had when they thought I was asleep, or gone, or forgetful. I bought a simple pen that recorded audio, left it in the kitchen, right under their confidence. My wife talked openly. My best friend laughed loudly. The advisor explained the timeline. 72 hours until the money moved offshore. They thought they were the predators, but predators don't check the shadows for things that watch back. I hired a forensic accountant, quiet, discreet. I told him nothing personal, just the numbers. He gave me a timeline even more precise than theirs. I rewrote my will, moved my secondary accounts, contacted 2 lawyers, one for finance, one for criminal matters. Every step was a chess piece sliding silently across the board. By the time I finished, I didn't just have evidence, I had a masterpiece. The day before the transfer, I invited all 3 of them to the house. A little reunion, I said. Just drinks, food, nostalgia. They showed up relaxed, confident. My wife wore the necklace I bought her for our 25th anniversary, as if the memory still meant something. My best friend joked the way he always did, too loud, too familiar. The advisor brought wine, the expensive kind, because guilt loves to hide behind generosity. I kept my expression calm, careful, unreadable. We ate, we talked. They pretended everything was normal. Then I excused myself, walked into my office, and made the call. I didn't whisper. I didn't hide. I spoke clearly, gave the agent all 3 names, the files, the timestamps, the recordings, the offshore routing numbers. I sent the full digital folder I'd prepared, labeled neatly like a final exam. When I walked back out, they were laughing about possible beach houses. The doorbell rang. Federal agents don't arrive quietly. They don't knock politely. The living room froze, my wife mid-laugh, my friend mid-story, the advisor mid-sip. Are you expecting someone? My wife asked. Yes, I said. The agents entered, badges out, voices firm. They called each of their names, one by one. My wife's face collapsed first, panic in her eyes, confusion mixing with guilt she didn't have time to hide. My best friend stuttered, tried to talk, tried to charm his way out. The advisor went pale, calculating odds he already knew he'd lost. They turned to me. You, my wife whispered. Why would you? I looked at her the way you look at a grave before the dirt hits. You plan to steal everything I built, I said quietly. I just let you finish digging your own hole. They were handcuffed in front of me. No screaming, no dramatic breakdown, just the slow dawning realization that I wasn't the one who'd been stupid. They were. People ask if I feel lonely now, if 35 years of marriage and 40 years of friendship leave a hole when they rot from the inside. But the truth is simple. I'd been alone long before the FBI came. They made sure of that. Now, at least, the silence is honest. I still have my retirement, all $585,000 of it. I have my peace, and I have the memory of 3 faces finally understanding who they were dealing with. They thought I was too old to notice, too stupid to fight, too soft to hit back. Funny, I was the only one in the room who knew the ending, and I wrote it myself.